Okay, it's a quick video on how to dig a tree out once you cut it down. First thing you want to do is leave the tree long enough because you're going to want leverage. After you start digging, you're going to want to be able to push this tree away. And if you can't push it away, if it's just a little stump, so leave it long enough that you have some leverage. The other thing is dig it out far enough. This is about 2 feet out. And the reason being is that if you cut the roots off, right next to the tree, let's say you cut them off right there, you're unable to dig any farther, and you really have to have all this dirt away in order to pull that tree out of the ground. And these roots, as you can see, they have roots on the top, the bottom, the sides. So if you just cut, let's say this one right here, if I was to cut this right here, I wouldn't be able to do any more. I wouldn't be able to dig because there's roots that are underneath it, there's roots coming off the side of it. And so when you cut it first close to the tree, and then go out at least a foot or more, so you can get your shovel underneath and start getting the dirt out. If you have a root, if you cut it off here and then cut it off another couple inches away, you've got this root here and you can't dig under there. It just gets in the way and slows you down. So it takes a little while to dig the dirt out, but in the long run it's worth it. And so what you do is go all the way around the tree, find all of the roots. Usually they're up at the surface. They don't have these big tap roots. Dig all around the tree, about maybe a foot, 2 feet out, I should say. And then cut the root at the tree, and then cut the root about 2 feet out, and then start digging some more. And you're gonna find other roots there. So a tree like this, which is, I mean, it's substantial as far as digging the roots out, but that's going to take at least an hour to dig it out. I mean, your other option is if you make it maybe 3 or 4 feet around, you can stick your saw in there, just cut it off underneath the surface. But it really isn't too bad. But the trick is, don't try to shortcut it and just cut off one section of root. You have to take the whole thing out a couple feet away from the tree so you have room to get your shovel in. Once I've dug all the way around this, I can take it and I can just push this tree and push it, and eventually it's just going to fall over. And then when it falls over, if there is a taproot, I can dig the taproot out. Right, these are the ones I'm talking about down here. They come off the tree. They're like tap roots, right? And of course you got this one here. But the thing is, if you don't have enough room behind the roots, you're not going to be able to get the shovel in there. So you want to come out a couple feet. So my next thing is I'll be cutting this big root off here. I'll continue around the tree, and then I'll hollow the whole thing out underneath like I'm doing here. And then once I have that all cleared out, then I can work on those roots down there. And I can use the chainsaw, but that's not good. It's going to wear the chain out pretty fast. So I'll probably use a reciprocating saw, or you can use a pickaxe, and if you want to get down under there. But again, it's kind of hard because it's underneath. So to try to get there with a regular axe is difficult. But the key here, again, is to leave it long enough so that you can push this thing over once you have the roots cut. That dirt still wants to hold them in, but it's not that strong. The dirt won't be strong once you get the roots out.